The 2026 edition of EzStamp was released on January 3rd, 2026, and I'll review some of the enhancements we have made. EzStamp is the world's most comprehensive database with over 965,000 stamp listings and 770,000 images across the 753 complete global databases we provide. It includes nearly 12 million current market values and detailed information for every stamp, not just Scott numbers as found in other programs. In 2025 alone, we added over 18,000 new stamp listings and over 20,000 new images. We go way beyond text, where we index stamps by the images and themes they feature, from airplanes and trains to automobiles and even stamps on stamps. The worldwide edition now contains over 2.5 million keyword listings, making it easier to find exactly what you're looking for. Let's dive in and go over some of the changes in the 2026 edition. A new Quick Stats report was added, namely the Quick Stats 4 report, which is now available in the main EzStamp menu. Which includes additional pre-supplied price values. In relation to this, we've enhanced the report profile editor. More fields are available and should be noticeably faster. Let's add the net worth column to the Quick Stats report after we run it here. So we'll go to Reports, Quick Stats, and run QStats 4. Now let's just shrink this so we can see it. So as you can see, we've added the different report, the different fields for this report, showing you all the prices. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to edit this report and add the net worth column using the new report profile editor. So we'll go to Reports, Profile Editor. We're going to select the QStats 4 report. And we're going to edit it, but you can't edit a supplied report, so we save it first as a custom field. And I usually just precede everything with my. You can change it to your own needs, but so now I'm going to edit the fields and I'm going to add the net worth column. As soon as I find it here. Bear with me a second here. There we go, net worth. And then we save it. And we'll run the QStats report again. But this time we'll use the My QStats 4. And now you can see that we have a net worth column. We've improved an option that's been available for many years and moved it to Options Preferences, making it easier to find. To help with scrolling, you can now lock or freeze a column in the Grade, PNB, PNC, and FDC tab. This keeps the columns visible while you scroll left or right, so you can always see which row you're looking on or working on. So for example, if I'm sitting here on the Min Hinge Extra Fine, if I start to scroll, notice how the grade column is locked. Same with you go into PNBs. If you start scrolling, the plate number is locked. And that's done through the Options menu, Preferences, and then this checkbox here is now conveniently located in the General 1 tab, which says Freeze first columns and in the Grade, PNB, and PNC, and FDC data grids. As I mentioned, you'll find this setting in the EzStamp General Preferences in the first tab, and it lets you freeze the first column in the main screens, basically grades, PNC, PNB, and FDC, as well as on standard and line item reports. This option is turned off by default, so you'll need to check the box in the preferences to turn it on. We've also made additional improvements to the drill down search, which is the most popular search tool used in EzStamp, which you can access by clicking the inverted triangle icon in the toolbar. The search is now more powerful and flexible, allowing you to refine the results using options like contains, starts with, or exact match options. Here's how it works, and I'll show you a couple of things on different countries. So first I'm going to open up Great Britain, which again has been just updated. And you can tell by just going to the last number here. So it's up to September of 2025. So if we want to do a search for trains, we'll click down on the drop down arrow there and click type in trains and do a search. And you can see anything that's related to a train, and you have options for each of the fields to search for contains, starts with, or an exact match for whatever term you're looking for. Let's do the same thing now for another country that we've just recently updated, surprisingly extremely popular, North Borneo, and we've enhanced this. We've added a lot of images. It looks like there's a lot of missing images, but there's really not. These are extremely rare varieties where they're imperf pairs or doubled overprints and stuff, but all the main stamps are all there. So if we go into North Borneo and we do a search for, let's say, birds, and do a search, again, anything with a bird on it, and it'll pop up here. If you double click on any particular item, it'll bring it up on the main screen. Let's do the same thing for another one, Chad, which has been again recently updated. And let's do a search for flowers. That's also a very popular topic. So any stamp that we've indexed will be indexed many different ways. This could have been indexed under art, nude, but you can see here that this lady is holding a flower. Anything to do with the flower or the topic that you've chosen will be represented and shown here. And finally, let's do Germany, which again has been updated fairly extensively, and let's do a search for let's do trains. That's a very popular topic, one of my favorites as well. So again, as you see, they're all indexed many different ways, and most people find this an extremely useful tool. Let's go back to the US for a minute, and let's bring up this stamp here. So we've added color coding options to the main window for PNC and PND tabs, as well as to the quick edit screens for these record types. This makes it much easier to see pre-supplied plate numbers and any variation from pre-supplied plate numbers, notes, or prices. So let's change the notes and let's do a couple of examples here. So for this example here, I'm going to first change the preferences, and we go to images, colors, and you should check this box here so that it will color code any changes that you make. It will make it a lot easier. It's not on by default, so you'll have to turn it on. So if we edit this particular record here, I'm just going to type a bunch of characters at the end of it. Notice how it's highlighted in the brown, telling you that it has actually been changed. So when you see it on your screen, you can easily tell that this record has been edited by you, and it is different from the supplied record that we provided. And this goes also for prices and any comments, any of the supplied fields, which is the plate numbers, the notes, or the prices. Related to this, we've added a new option in the search menu under inventoried searches that lets you edit, view and edit all PNB and PNC customizations applied to pre-supplied plate numbers, notes, or prices all in one place. So if we go to search, inventory details, PNB, PNC customizations, I just made a change to the PNC. And if you look, so here's, you can see right here that the supplied notes is handcar, and I typed in handcar and a bunch of R's after it, showing you that it has been altered. And then if you want to edit it, you can just select that record and then edit, and then you can put it back to whatever you want, actually, and you could just clear it. And once you do that, it will then no longer be a custom record. So if we go back to that record now, 1898, you'll see that this is no longer color-coded as being different. So it's a really easy way to find out any customizations that you've made. I'm going to open the Israel database to show you a couple of things that we've been doing for quite a while now. So for Israel, most collectors collect either singles or singles with the tabs, and we show both the untabbed and the tabbed images for most stamps. We're continually adding to show both images, but we don't have everything yet. And one of the things that you want to do to see these secondary images, you have to go to the preferences and then go to images, and you have to change this format here, the main image view format. Normally it's single, but you can change it to whatever you want. I recommend quadrant 2 across, 2 down. That way you can see the secondary images that we provide. We've also been busy adding first day cover images for many countries, including obviously Canada and US, but Germany, Berlin, East Germany, Australia, and a few others. We will be adding more and let you know as we go along in the updates. Another change that we've made that's you won't really see it, but I'll show you how it works. We added a new verification and repair utility to the country data file utilities menu called Fix PNC PNB Plate Records Data. So you would go to File, Country Data File Utilities, and select this guy right here, Fix PNB PNC Plate Records. So I'm going to switch back to the US. And I'll show you that utility here. And you can read that when you're ready, but when you run it, it'll correct any errors. And this tool checks for inconsistencies between pre-supplied notes and prices and your current data for any country file that includes content provided by Sofro. These inconsistencies can sometimes occur after restoring backups or applying price updates, especially when a long period of time has passed between ordering updates. Running this utility ensures that your plate number information matches the latest pre-supplied data while keeping all your custom PNB, PNC changes completely intact. If you update frequently, this will not be required, but will also not change anything if you're not out of date. We hope you enjoyed the new version, and we look forward to bringing you updated data and market values throughout the year. Happy collecting.